Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, to your September Tarotcast with Transcend-Ing and your new host, Mr. Fox. Transcend-Ing Healing is expanding, and I have been brought on as the new resident tarot reader, so I hope you guys enjoy my readings for the forthcoming future. Forthcoming, is that a word? Have I done the introduction yet? Bum, bum, bum. I hope that stacks up to what Carolina used to do. For those of you that don't know, I am Fox. I am Carolina's fiance. You might as well call me a husband. I don't know when we're gonna get married, but it will happen. I first got into tarot nearly 3 years ago, and she was one of the first and still is my biggest tarot teacher and influences in this whole field. So without further ado, let's get into this month of September's Tarotcast. And this month's card for the collective is the Star. Now, when the Star comes out, this implies that we've got a lot of healing coming our way. So for the collective, we're going to be learning to look at a lot of things that are going on in our lives. And you might have to ask yourself where this actually applies. Is this going to be your inner child? Is this going to be with your family, with your relationships, with your work or your life path? Either way, this is going to say that we're going to need to go deep, and we're actually going to really have to put the work in. So for this upcoming month, pay close attention to each card that comes out, because this is going to apply very much in the journey forward. First up, Aries. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Fate is coming. Destiny is on the doorstep. When the Wheel of Fortune comes, this means something fateful is on its way and something you really can't avoid. With the Wheel of Fortune, this is something that we decided. This is something in our soul contract. And this could be a big event that might be coming our way. This could be a small thing. It could be coming like a seed that over time is going to grow. But it's very important that during this time, that any event that happens now is not happening by accident. Now, of course, we already know nothing happens by accident, but this is something that you have decided. And this is something that you're going to want to be paying some close attention to for the month going forward. Next up, you have Taurus. And Taurus, you have the World. Well, this is the final card in the Major Arcana, and this card implies that we're getting to the end of a saga. And through our lives, we go through many different sagas, almost like books, series in our lives. And as we've gotten to the end here, we've gone through the whole process. And it's good to know that once we're in this position, we have the world at our fingertips and we have earned it. We can celebrate our victories and we can put behind the pains of yesterday, because as the world is at our fingertips, this can also represent that we might have a bit of travel going forward, if this is possible in your situation. But this is something that we really should be celebrating, and we can kind of lean into this energy and we don't have to put too much stress on us. So in this month going forward, it's important to know that as those celebrations come into you, really take them in your stride and just be happy and be grateful for everything that's around you. And next up, Gemini. Gemini, we have the Hermit. When the Hermit turns up, the Hermit is asking us to step away from the distractions. The Hermit goes into the mountain. He leaves his mobile phone at home. He switches it off. He leaves all that technology behind. He leaves his friends behind. Now, this isn't a permanent thing. He just needs some time by himself. He goes out and he climbs the mountain, and from a distance he can see the forest from the trees. He can see the whole village, and he can understand his position in this world. So Gemini, in this month going forward, we're going to need some time to actually, for ourselves, we need to stay away from the distractions. And if this means you need to say to your significant others, your family or your friends that, hey, I just need to get away for a little bit of time. This might mean you just need to go for a daily walk on the beach and have some time to think. If you have the chance, pack a tent, go hiking for a couple of days. Either way, we want to spend that time by ourselves, get some meditation in, and really, really center ourselves and think about where we are and where we're going. Next up, we have Cancer. Cancer, we have strength. With the month going forward, we're going to need to find the strength within. We have this in combined with the Star being the healing card. We're really going to have to reach deep, and we're going to have to pull out something that maybe we don't always access. The strength card doesn't tell us to force an outcome. As you know, the woman in this card, she's not forcing the lion's mouth open. She's using her kindness. She's using her compassion. She's using forgiveness to relate to the tiger and get the tiger to work with her. This is about leading by example. This isn't about forcing your outcome. So with the strength card going forward, you're going to have to dig deep this week, Cancer. You might have to come out of your shell a little bit, but sure you're going to find it. Next up, Leo. Leo, we have the Tower. All right, please don't freak out, Leo. The Tower is not always a bad card. The Tower just means we need to deconstruct something around us. Now, we've got a choice. We can either ignore all the advice that we've had around us, everything people might have been telling us, the signs coming in from the universe and our guides, and we can let that Tower be destroyed. The process is going to happen anyway. Or we can look around us and we can try and find those things that are not serving us, those thought patterns, the behaviors that we have, and we can deconstruct that ourselves and bring it back down to ground level so we have the chance to actually build that up from the beginning. Like Anthony Kiedis says in the Red Hot Chili Peppers, destruction leads to a very rough road, but it also breeds creation. This is a time of opportunity. It's a very transformative card. Up next, Virgo. Virgo, we got the Magician. All right, Virgo, when the Magician turns up, we do not take the Magician lightly. This is a perfect time for manifestation. During this time, we really want to know and be very focused on what it is we want to achieve. Now, don't forget, we are combining this with healing, so we've got a big chance to heal some big wounds. So you want to look around and find out, where do we want to focus this manifestation? Okay, during this time, we want to be grateful for the things we have, but we also want to be grateful for the things that we are going to achieve in the future, even if we don't yet have that. So working in this energy, we want the gratitude to be strong. We want our intentions to be clear. Once we've done that, we need to let that go. We need to let that go to the universe to do its process. So set those intentions, then surrender to the process. Up next, we have Libra, and Libra, we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is the next card after the Magician, and this is to say that we've done our work with manifestation. Now it's going to be coming back to us, but we need to be open to that, to receive this. We need to be open to our intuition. Now is going to be a time to really trust that. We want to be open, and we want to be working with things like divination is a really good idea. So work with your tarot cards this month. Also working with your pendulum. This is going to be very important. There's a lot of wisdom that also comes through with this card. There's also a lot of feminine energy that comes through. So do allow yourself to surrender. Do allow yourself to flow. Do not try and force too many outcomes, because what's coming to you is needed. You need to trust in that process and work with your divination, work with your intuition. And remember, it's within the first 3 seconds of being presented with an option, presented with an idea, that your intuition is going to come through. After those 3 seconds, that's when your ego starts talking. So listen to that feeling that you get first in those situations. Next up, we have Scorpio. Scorpio, this month we have the Hierophant. Scorpio, when the Hierophant turns up, this reminds us to look at where our place is within the institutions within society. Society itself is an institution, but within our workplaces, within our schools, or maybe within the finance institution, it's everywhere around us. And we need to understand where we are. There are people that are going to be above us within these hierarchical institutions. Who are these people? Are these people we should be looking up to? Certain people that we should be finding guidance from? Are there people below us that are looking up to us, that have respect for us and are looking for guidance from us? We need to find where our place is on this ladder. We need to understand this, and we need to live up to that position. It can also represent that there may even be a mentor coming through, perhaps a spiritual mentor, but there could be someone with a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom that could be guiding you through this month. Up next, we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius, we've got the Chariot. Sagittarius, this week, there's no lazing back. We've got to make decisions on where it is we want to be in our life, particularly in this month, and with the star, what we want to achieve from our healing journey. We've got to understand that the answers The help isn't necessarily going to come from the external. It might, but we cannot rely on that. We've got to look within ourselves and we have to be active, and we really need to take those steps forward. There's no messing around with the Chariot. We've got to take control of the reins and we have to say, this is where I want to go. These are the steps I'm going to make. This might mean you need to start making some to-do lists. Maybe you need to start manifesting. How am I going to actually achieve these goals? When we've got the Chariot coming through, there's no messing around. Look into yourself. Who are you? Who do you want to be? Make it happen. Next up, we have Capricorn. Capricorn, we've got the Judgment card. Second last card in the Major Arcana. Before we reach the World card, Capricorn, we need to take some time. We need to take some time to reflect. We need to look at the things we've done right. We need to look at the things that we've done wrong. We need to understand maybe the mistakes we made, they've been lessons along the way. Have we celebrated our victories? Have we been grateful for the things that have come our way? A lot of reflection is going to be needed in this time. This could be some time, maybe we need to get out a journal, maybe journal the journey that we've gone through up until this point. Maybe we need to talk to somebody, or maybe we need to meditate on what it is that we've done, how we've achieved things, where we've gone wrong, what we've done right. You know, we just need a lot of reflection for this time. Particularly with the Star, we've got the healing card for the collective. So we need to have a look at what it is we've gone through, and perhaps we need to just find out that last thing that we need to heal to move forward. Up next, we've got Aquarius, and Aquarius, we've got the Sun card. Aquarius, there's not a whole lot that we can say when we get the Sun card for the month. This one just reminds us to be happy, to be in that high vibrational state, to be in that state of gratitude, happiness, joy, love. We want to share it with everyone around us. We want to pull it out from ourselves and we want to just project it. We want to be like the sun. We want to radiate that joy. It's not always easy to be the most joyful person, but if we lean into this energy this month, this is really going to make things work. It's going to work with the healing. We're going to find some very positive results. We're going to be in a very high vibrational, happy place. And hey, congratulations for getting the sun. And last but not least, we've got Pisces. And Pisces, we've got Temperance. Pisces, Temperance reminds us to be able to give and receive in fullness, in the full amount that we possibly can. Many of us, when we are on the spiritual path, it's not hard to be able to give a lot. And many people do this with no problem. The bigger problem is the ability to receive. Many of us give so much that we leave ourselves depleted. Perhaps we haven't put our boundaries up, but more importantly, we haven't been opening to receiving. Maybe we think we're too strong. Maybe we think that we're not worthy, but it's important to be open. And as we start getting help from others around us, the universe, whatever it might be, we need to be open to receive that so we can refill ourselves. So as we start to give and share with others, that we don't deplete ourselves and leave us with no energy. So that was this week's Tarotcast, and that was my debut here on Transcend-Ing Healing's Tarotcast, and I'm going to be doing this for the foreseeable future. So guys, if you're vibing with this, let me know down in the comments. Leave a like, interact with us, because I really want to know how your journey is going. Let's see how we're going to go for the future week. Thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you guys next week. Ciao.